Hey there, Capricorn. Welcome to your reading for the month of April 2018. This month, I am doing custom monthly readings again, which you can get at the link in the description below. I'm also doing 50% off 3-month readings, which you can also get like in the description below. So now is the time to get one of those. But let's see what's coming up for you. A lot of people showing up here right off the bat. 3 court cards. You have the Queen of Clubs showing up first. This is how you appear to other people. I put that down and kind of immediately got that message that your appearance this month is going to be very important. Could be literal physical appearance, but it could also just be your personality or how you act, or any one of those things. So definitely something to think about. That appearance is going to be important for some reason, and could help you out in a lot of different situations. For most of you, I feel like it's in business, but for others of you, I feel like it's in love as well. But I feel like you need to appear bigger. So that's what I would do if I were you. I feel like you've been holding too much back. So now I think it's time to open up at this time. And I think that's what this card is saying, is basically don't hold back this month. Next, you have the King of Clubs. Can be a card of confusion. I do think there could be a little bit of confusion. Mercury retrograde. You even have the card of the retrograde 4 of Clubs here. But I wouldn't really worry about this. To me, this is still a card of success. It's a card of truth and honesty, and so I think you are going to be very truthful and honest with yourself, really, for the most part. And I do feel like that will help you in a lot of ways. I think it'll lead to actually a lot of success and a lot of really good ideas this month as well, just by kind of being honest with yourself. But I also feel like the confusion is going to pass, because you have the Queen of Hearts coming up next. Card of birthing something new. I think through confusion, you are going to be led to, you are kind of going to be led to something else. I also feel like there's an element of some of you kind of getting a little, not angry, but a little bit, I don't really know what the word is, but kind of just excited for some sort of change. And I think that you kind of almost force something to happen, but in a good way. So I think that will be very helpful as well. I think that, kind of some sort of frustration, let's use that word. I think some sort of frustration will kind of force you into doing something that actually brings in a lot of success this month. So again, if you're worried about something, or if you have some sort of fear or something this month, I would say don't really worry about it. We have, of course, what's popping into my head now is that we have Mars is going to conjunct Saturn this month. And, I think that can definitely create those types of situations where it's we get excited or upset or kind of nervous about something, and then it kind of pushes us into something really, really successful. So I would say that's what I'd be focusing on if I were you. Next, you have the 6 of Diamonds, a really good card of success, opening up, being successful, but it is a card that says you're holding back. It's a card of being withdrawn and needing to open up to kind of let something out. So I think that's what you probably need to do at this time. I think you will do it. 6s say that you're on the right path, and they also say you are taking action in the first place. So I think you're going to be taking action in the first place, and probably going to be very successful. This is also a card of planting a lot of seeds, kind of having a lot of seeds planted. Normally I say it's you planting the seeds, but I think a lot of seeds are being planted on you, if that makes sense. And I feel like you are kind of maybe these are ideas that you're getting, and I feel like they're almost like breadcrumbs leading you to some sort of success at this time. So I definitely like to see this card for you. Next, you have the 4 of Clubs, your thoughts being in line with the truth. I would say this card represents Mercury retrograde to me. To me, it is the card of Mercury retrograde, but it also represents your thoughts being in line with the truth, having very clear thoughts, being able to think about what you need to do, and also being able to do it. So definitely a good card there. I like to see this one for you as well. And finally, 8 of Spades. I do think that at some point you are going to get very busy this month, so make sure to take breaks when you need them. To me, this is a card that's called the Garden, and so it can also be a card that says you've been climbing a mountain for a very long time. You are Capricorn, after all, so it can represent that. And this is a card that represents a period of rest. So again, if it ends up being a low-key month for you where not a lot happens, just know that a lot of stuff is probably happening behind the scenes for you, and you're probably just kind of getting ready to start something new. So don't be afraid of that either. I think it's a good month probably to make sure to kind of break things up and not be too hard on yourself. I mean, I was talking to somebody the other day, and they were having a hard time kind of moving forward, and they were playing video games a lot. So I said, what, just don't stop playing video games. As keep playing video games, but just then say that you're going to play for an hour, and then you're going to go work for an hour on your projects, and do that. And before they knew it, they were pretty much only working on their project. So I think being kind to yourself, and even if you have to take breaks from work or something, as long as you're making some sort of progress, I think that kind of create some sort of positive feedback loop. And to me, this card is very much the card of creating a positive feedback loop, creating some sort of kind of negotiating with yourself, if you will. So looks like a great month. And again, you could be dealing with a lot of people. That could represent love coming in, new changes coming in as well. But I think that, kind of creating positivity for yourself is more important. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm being drawn. I'd say that's your focus for the month. So thank you for watching and enjoy your month.